This is Drop In, Drop Out, the weekly podcast where a mix of 7 gamers come together for an open and engaging conversation all about video games. Tonight, the NFL draft is happening, but we aren't a football podcast, so we're checking in on our video game fantasy league instead to see how our teams are doing. Plus, The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered and Clair Obscur Expedition 33 both released this week, and we've been playing them. I'm your host, Patrick. And dropping in this week, Kayla, a.k.a. the only person on this podcast I trust other than Jerica. Kayla, how you doing?
I'm doing great, but I can't keep a straight face because we've got Pierre here with us live as we speak. For the listeners, we have our lovely Frenchman here that came to join us. But I'm doing swell. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about these games and my redemption villain arc, if you will, with this fantasy critic.
Okay. Also joining us, already been mentioned, Jerica, one half of the JK Games podcast and 1/3 of Clickerbait. Jerica, how you doing?
Feeling good. Like, man, I'm all into some games lately. There's so much to play, and I think I found one that I'm gonna really sink my teeth in and not play anything else until like Death Stranding 2. That's probably my next anticipated title. And you'll just have to stay tuned to find out which one it is.
Okay.
Ooh.
How exciting. And then for the first time ever, we're making history. We have our first guest on the podcast from France, President Macron. Welcome to the podcast. How you doing?
Bonjour tout le monde. Je vais bien. Et je suis très... Yeah, I'm good. I lost the old college education. It slipped through my fingers mid-sentence.
That was great.
Audio listeners, if you're confused, Jordan, aka Cognitive Clips, has come dressed with a thin mustache that is twirled, a little flavor saver underneath, and then a fucking, what do you call this? A baguette?
Beret.
What is this? Beret. Yeah.
Oh, I got a baguette too.
Oh, there it is. Very good. Very good.
That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I will say other things are slipping through my fingers after seeing this look and hearing the verbs. I don't know what you said. Was it verbs or more than it was nouns too?
Yes.
I don't know what you said.
A couple sentences. I mean,
okay, full sentences. Okay.
Yeah.
Impressive.
I didn't think we were going to be talking about like conjugation tonight, but here we are. And also in the shadows, our dark menace of a boy, Jake Twitchin. Jake, come on in here. Say hi to the people.
The dark menace of a boy. I love it. Yeah. That is me. I am so impressed with Cog's costume and Jerica's insinuation of slipping through fingers.
Yeah.
Very good.
No, finally someone addresses it. I was trying to
make that's crazy.
I love it. Because you look great and you sound amazing. I didn't, I knew you knew a little French. You know a little bit more than just a little.
Yeah, so I really, this is not a bit. I did study, I minored in French in college.
Oh, this is not a bit, Cog.
No, I didn't learn one sentence for the bit. I'm saying that I studied French in college. I got a minor in French in college, but college was an eternity ago. Yeah, since we're all old.
Amazing. Wow. Well, if this happens to be your first time, this is Drop In, Drop Out. We goof off here every Thursday right here on twitch.tv/Drop In, Drop Out pod. The 4 of us and the 5 of us and 2 others have all sorts of fun things around the internet going on. If you go to dropindropoutpod.com, you'll be able to find all sorts of, we got podcasts, we got streams, we got video essays, we got all sorts of things. But tonight, we're here to do the podcast to talk about our fantasy critic teams and a couple new releases. But before we do any of that, I have a little icebreaker question for us. Last night at midnight Eastern time, 9 p.m. Pacific, the Switch 2 pre-orders went live at select retailers. And then earlier today, they went live at other retailers. Any W's on the panel? Anybody able to get their grubby little grabbers on a Switch 2 in the last 18 or so hours?
Or did it slip through your fingers?
Anybody? I did. I got one. I got the bundle.
I got one.
Hell
I got one. Thanks to High Score Weekly in the chat. Blessings. And also Jerica had my back too. So also.
Whoa.
I did not secure one on my own.
Would you care to elaborate?
It It was, as we all know, it was a horrible experience for some retailers. And so I was in line virtually for several different things, but never successfully got through.
Damn.
But High Score Weekly in the chat did secure an extra one, procured, if you will.
Amazing.
And so I'm going to be getting one on launch day.
Hell
and then
yeah.
Jerica was on standby as needed for me as well.
Sugar Daddy High Score Weekly. I should have asked him for a Switch. God damn.
Let's be clear, I am paying for it.
Sure. Well, speaking of sugar daddies, can I please address in the chat the Nerdly's giving 5 subs? Can you believe it? What a way to start the show. And then our own Jake Twitchin jumping in as well. We love to see it. We feel the love both virtually and physically. I can feel a nice little hug around my body.
I feel something else somewhere else.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Slipping through your fingers.
Yeah.
Hey!
Whole day right now.
Let's throw it out to our chat. Did any of you guys secure a Switch 2? Because I did as well. I ended up grabbing one. I couldn't get the bundle at the time, and then I just grabbed the standalone, and I'll just get Mario and I'll take my $30 hit on that. But I secured it like pretty early. I know everyone's gonna know that my box doesn't have the sticker and the cardboard insert.
Yeah,
everyone's gonna be able to tell. But yeah, I'm locked in, and I feel like we should lock in. If I just put you guys all on the spot right now, can we just guarantee drop in, drop out big Mario Kart stream on June 6th?
Oh yeah,
8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Central, June 6th.
So what you
the day after the Switch launch.
What you didn't do was wait for me to respond and tell you I did not get one.
Aww.
But so I was already on the fence anyway because I signed up for the Nintendo alert or whatever, like as soon as I could on April 2nd, whenever they put that out. And then, as you'll find out, if you didn't already assume from the garb, the hat, the mustache, I had other plans in the wee hours of the morning. So I was sleeping through the midnight pre-orders.
Sure.
And,
Switch 2 hours, you mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pew, pew. It's not the Wii.
I did tried it for GameStop at like 11 a.m. on the interwebs, and the site was broken and they sold out in like 12 seconds. So
for sure.
Yep.
So like in the future, if there's an opportunity, do you still want one? Like how bad are you wanting it, Jordan?
Oh, like
okay.
I'm really holding out that Nintendo's gonna have like a decent stock for those when they send out the blasts like in a week and a half. So I don't know. We can talk offline.
Take it offline, you know.
We can circle back.
I don't need to buy any more if no one needs one.
I think we should move on.
No, actually, it took me a second to actually realize what she was asking me.
It had to get through the mustache and through.
Jerica's a scalper, is what we're saying. I'm just kidding.
No,
decent proposal.
Look on the lookout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oy vey. Well, Mr. Hawk's new chatter is going to be there for our Mario Kart World stream. So yeah,
welcome.
I fully expect, Jordan, if you get your hands on one, I expect you to wear that outfit again on honor of D-Day when we do that stream. So consider that.
I will.
Is that D-Day? Did I remember that right? Or is that Pearl Harbor Day?
Pearl Harbor.
I don't know.
December. Yeah.
Where do you think the next Assassin's Creed should be?
Stop it. Get out. Okay. Well, look, I know some people in our community like the National Football League. They like sports, but this isn't a sports podcast. The reason I say that tonight is the NFL draft. I think it's already started. But we thought, what better way to make this about us than to do a check-in on our Fantasy Critic League? If you haven't heard or seen, for example, Mr. Hawk's first-time chatter, to start out Drop In, Drop Out, back in January, we all got together, the 7 of us, so 2 folks that aren't here today. We went around the horn, we drafted a bunch of teams, and since then, we have added even more to our publishing roster. If you don't know what Fantasy Critic is, it's like fantasy football. If you don't know what fantasy football is, it's a made-up game where we all have video games that are going to be released this year or have already been released, and based on their aggregate review score, we either gain or we lose points. And so as games have come out throughout the year, we have started to get points on our team. And the goal is to have the most points by the end of the year. So yeah, I don't know about y'all. I don't want to speak for y'all, but I've been having a blast so far with Fantasy Critic. This is, I think, the third year that I've been a part of a Fantasy Critic league. Last year, the four of us on camera, and then Cayman did a league together. And then the year before that, I did a league with Cayman and our friend Evan. But this is, I feel like, the first time where like everybody is fully bought in from moment one. And it's been a total blast. So what I want to do to start, there was supposed to be someone else here tonight. Our gamble worth taking. Our goo worth taking out back for a spanking. What was that one I used to say, Jordan? Do you remember?
Goo worth taking out back and giving a spanking. Yeah.
Great. Okay, good. Thank you. He wasn't able to be here, but he did record a little song about his time so far with Fantasy Critic. Jay, can we roll that clip, please?
We 1 second. We did not review this for content beforehand, so
sure.
If it takes a left turn somewhere, we didn't know.
That's a great
point. Sign off. That's a great point.
Yeah.
What's up? My name's GWT Mori, the geriatric wet testicle.
And hero. Okay.
This week we're talking about our Fantasy Critic Dido. I'm unfortunately unable to make the episode, but I've come here to talk about my gripe, my beef. Fantasy Critic has made me realize that I hate my fellow droppers. I hate them. I hate them with everything in me. Every time I fucking put money down on a game, I'm about $50 short, and I'm not realizing how everybody has $75 each to put on fucking Donkey Kong when they bought 5 other fucking games. So to say the least, it's been an exhausting experience. I mean, I hate Fantasy Critic. And the worst part is that Jake bitched me out into fucking making the most insane picks ever of all time because he called me a bitch for not taking Grand Theft Auto 6. So I was like, fuck it, I'll take Grand Theft Auto 6. And while I'm at it, give me Resident Evil 9. Dumbass decision. Stupid ass shit. So to say the least, it's been a rough Fantasy Critic for me. It's been a rough year. It's my first year, and I'm getting absolutely touched on by my fellow droppers.
He's getting touched on?
There was no touching
between
the drafts. No.
Out Fantasy Critic. Jesus. John. Sorry, guys. I'm pulling something up on my screen. That's why I'm struggling to get the words out. Right now, I'm not doing too hot. Right now, I have a banger pick, and it will come out this year. I have Doom the Dark Ages, which I assume is going to do excellent. I have Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. That's a toss-up. I also have Rematch, and they called me crazy for picking Rematch. But I want you to know I'm not a madman. I played the fucking beta, and that game fucks. Rocket League without cars, brother? Revolutionary concept. Rematch is excellent. I've loved my time with the beta. I played 2.5 to 3 hours. I would have loved to have spent more. I'm also a dominant player, so if you ever want to go up against me in 1v1, I will clap your shit up. Rematch is great. I think Rematch is going to do really, really well. The other day in the Discord, not in the Discord, yes, in the Discord, I said it would get 90 or above. It's not going to get 90 or above, but it'll be high 80s. Obviously, I also have Resident Evil 9. That game's not coming out. That game's not even been announced yet. I'm a fucking moron. I have the Midnight Walk. It's the company that would have made Lost in Random, the developer that would have made Lost in Random, and it looks really good. The art style is really unique. I think it's going to do great on Metacritic off of art style alone. I also have Hell Is Us, which I think is a toss-up again as well. I think that could do really well or really poorly. I think it's probably somewhere in the middle. I am happy with my picks so far. What I'm mad about is that I've not been able to get any other picks, as I said earlier, because for some reason everyone else has $400 fucking and I have 100.
Not true.
I don't understand how that mathematically works. People that I'm really afraid of right now, people that I'm deathly afraid of, Shuhei Special Boy, my friend, Cayman, the dumpster boy, has some absolute banger picks on his shit. Frankly, Kayla, it might have a breakout year. It might win Fantasy Critic, which is absurd. You know, Jake twitching, this fucking sweat. Don't even want to talk about him. Patrick's whole list is filled to the brim, and he's got some bangers in there as well. Frankly, I'm just scared. There is a really good chance. By the way, if I didn't just mention you, don't worry, it wasn't personal. That is Cognitive Clips, my friend Jordan, and my friend Jerica. You guys are amazing too. I am deathly afraid.
Wow, he fucking hates y'all.
Wow. I mean, there's a high chance just off of the fact that I have a title right now on my list that I can't drop. That is not going to get me any points. Resident Evil 9 will not get me any points this year. I have one dead slot, and someone locked it in for me, so I'm cooked. I hate Fantasy Critic. I will never do what I did this year ever again. I did it for a bit, and I regret doing it for the bit. Rematch is going to do great. I'm going to wait for Summer Games Fest, see what gets announced, and hopefully get some banger fucking picks for the last 6 months of the year, because for the first 6 months, it's looking pretty rough. I have 0 points on the board, and who's to say if I'll get any by the time that this shit is over with. I miss you all. Wish I was there. Cannot wait to hear all of your conversation at a later date, which will not be tonight because I will be busy. But I cannot wait to hear your thoughts at a later date. This was the Geriatric Wet Testicle, GWT Mori. And I'm signing off.
Au revoir.
Wow.
At least he owns it.
Wow.
But
Incredible.
poor guy. You know, there was a version that was 66 minutes long, but we edited that down to about 4.
Okay.
Yeah, very good shit though. He might be listening later. He's got to keep his head up. I think there's still some value in his team, but he is fucked for sure.
Yeah.
Well, he also has a lot of holes, right? Like he has availability to like add more games. So if something crazy comes out that he wants, he could bid for it.
It's true.
Jordan, please. Whereas like some of us are completely like out of options. So
Yeah.
We are, or we're putting up a front so that people think that we're out of the game, and there will be some drops happening because we do have drops. We do have the ability to drop games.
Drop in, drop out.
Drop in, drop out,
Drop
exactly.
in the chat.
And as Jake Tuition in the chat says, he does have a few holes, all right.
I noticed that right after I said it, and I regret it.
That's why I held up a baguette. That's one less hole for you to worry about.
Yeah. Oh, I hope that baguette's not stale, because that would be
Oh my god.
that'd be uncomfy.
Should I like pull back the curtain and let you know what happened? Not what happened.
Huh?
Just that was phrased badly.
Yeah, the phrasing.
I have to say it.
Yeah.
I went to Jimmy John's for lunch and I was like, give me one of them day old bread.
Is
Nice.
this real bread? I thought it was like a fake bread.
He's been
No, it's
eating
real.
it.
It's
So I hope it's
Take
real.
a bite. Prove it. Take a bite.
I already did.
He
Oh.
did. I was watching him.
No, I
I
wasn't
knew as soon
looking.
as he started eating it. I was like, oh,
That's funny.
As soon
Yeah,
as
snack.
Mori's video started, I like muted my mic and just took a big bite of the bread.
That's amazing.
No, it's like
I
you can go to
definitely
Jimmy
did.
John's and get like their day old bread for like, what is it, like 50 cents? It's pretty cheap.
Sponsored by Jimmy John. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. While you were there, did you ask if you could go on a big game hunt with their owner?
I did. Yeah.
Cool. What did he say?
He said to call Jeff Bezos
Got
while
it.
we're swimming on his platform
Got it.
and to worry about it then.
Is Jeff gonna swing by the pod? I sent him a text, but
The space pod.
wow.
I hate it here.
I fucking hate
Yeah,
this
me
guy.
too.
Well, Jordan, the spotlight's on you. Why don't you give us a little rundown of how your team's been going? Because today you got your first points on the board.
Yes, finally. So yeah, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 was the first of my picks to actually release and therefore get points. And at the moment, highest scored game of the year. So just saying. Yeah,
Sure.
Is it?
yes.
What about Blueprints? Did it go to 90?
Blueprints is down to 89.
Is it really?
It keeps just slowly dropping.
Very
It is
good.
nice. I do think it's a good start, seeing as the bottom like 6 games on your list are going to combine for 22. But this is a very strong start from the Sons of Bitches.
Wow.
God damn.
I'll be honest. I didn't expect Clair Obscur Expedition 33 to break 90.
I was optimistic.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I went back and listened to the our draft episode, and yeah, the chat was skeptical. You know, we had some skeptics on the team as well, but I held out that hope, and my Frenchman pulled through for me.
Your people.
We'll be talking about that later.
We will.
I could ramble for the next hour, but I'll hold off. I'll wait.
Sure.
But
Jerica, how
suffice to
about
say,
you?
it is scoring
sorry.
very well. So
Oh yeah.
no, it's fine.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm glad I did. Jerica, how's your team going?
I mean, we're not doing too shabby.
Yeah.
I think I'm coming in number 3. Am I right or wrong? But here's the thing. I feel sort of bad because I'm just copying from Cayman. Like I'm just trying to take I'm trying to take what he's taught me and use that so I could actually win one of these things instead of like
Sure.
just picking games I know Jerica's gonna love and then they end up sucking or I like it for like 5 minutes.
Sure.
So trying to be smarter. Been But no, I knew Monster Hunter Wilds was going to do just fine. I'm surprised it's not in the 90s. I was hoping to have at least 190 on my board this year. Like a Dragon. Never played any of them, but they always score good. Also learned that from Cayman. So I was like, he won't get that away or get that from me this year. Avowed was probably my most risky pick other than my counter pick. That's the riskiest thing I've ever done of all time. And it hurt. But Avowed was one of those that I was a little nervous to pick, but I'm glad it came out, in the positive. Because that was the big unknown.
Sure.
Everything else is also sort of the big unknown. And hopefully these games come out. And I went real psycho and got Power Wash Simulator 2. I just thought, hell, I love that first one. I played that for the first time this year.
I feel like it reviewed well, didn't it? I mean,
I'm sure it did. Like, I mean, if it hooked me that quickly, I'm like, surely the rest of the world agrees. Like, that's a little special, a special little game that really helps me relax, and it's fun.
Cool. The first one is a 77 on OpenCritic.
It's not bad.
I would expect it. I would expect the sequel to score higher. Personally,
you hope.
I would think.
But how I don't know if you can mess up power washing. Can you mess that up?
Sure.
Apparently,
I don't know. I'll ask someone when they're power washing. How do you mess this up?
Hey,
I was pretty surprised that Avowed didn't score higher. I was really kind of gung ho on that being like a mid 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still playing it and love it. Yeah. I think it's really fun.
I know I picked it, but I quit playing it. I got bored. I was like, and it's not the game's complete fault. There's just other stuff, but there's more enticing things around right now. I think I'll eventually like pick it back up and play a little bit more. I probably will never beat it, but I do also want to get back to it. But now I have Oblivion. That's a very similar thing to me in my head. I'm like,
I agree.
I don't know.
It's a banner year for Game Pass.
Yeah, oh my God,
surely is.
I mean,
truly.
I will add in just a second, Firebreak. Yeah. I feel like that's gonna just kill and rip in a great way.
Yeah,
it looks so
good.
Have
a release date. It has a release date now.
Yeah.
Was it like
not a knower? Not a knower.
So
I think it's July. I think.
I think it's June.
Huh. We can click on
we
it.
had computers look this up real quick.
Yeah, too bad we're not on the internet.
I know the internet.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm blanking. It happens.
June 17th.
Okay. Controlled developer Remedy.
Yes.
And it's not an extraction game, but it reminds me of just a silly experience. And like, you just have to watch the trailer, Kayla. But if, Alan Wake fans, Control fans, obviously, it takes place in that world. And it just looks so silly and actually really fun to play. I think if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be the Remedy team to make a game like this in their world. But, PvP. I don't know if it's PvP, but I know I
think it's PvE.
Yeah. I didn't know if you could play against other players or not, or just you trying to fight these evil things in this building.
It's the kind of thing for me where I trust Remedy with my life.
Same. Yeah.
But I do worry going into such a new genre. I'm really curious to see how it goes.
I don't think it's too new for them. I mean, they've never made this type of game, but I think they have the building blocks. If they have a smart person there that can make a fun map and a fun experience, they'll be solid. But everything else, I just didn't know if it was going to come out this year, so I'm really glad it got a release date recently.
Well, speaking of FBC Firebreak, there is Jerica Chu. This might be, I don't know why I said your name like that. This might be a surprise to you. But for a few weeks now, there has been a trade request lingering in the ether for you from one gamble worth taking GWT Mori. I don't remember the exact.
He's not getting that one.
Let's see. He wanted to give you $22 of his budget for FBC Firebreak.
I can't buy anything else.
Can you?
And he just said, please.
Take an official statement. Oh, yeah. And a message from Gamble Worth Taking Productions, please. Would you like to make an official statement to the Gamble Worth Taking Productions about this trade?
I would probably consider it if I had more spots open.
Okay.
But since I don't, I can't. There's no reason. You can't give me any money. That doesn't help me. So it sounds like you might have to buy me in other ways.
Well,
more than digital money.
One quick thing for you, Jerica.
You would get
an
extra spot from FBC. as you gave it up.
Yeah,
So you would
but
then
that's
have
another thing. I don't
$22
wanna
plus
give
your
up that game.
$68.
And you can drop
Oh, money
Moonlighter
exposed.
2 because it's not coming out this year.
Is that official?
That's what the little flag is
That's
saying.
not right then. That's
I don't
not
think
right.
that's what that flag says.
Oh,
Incorrect.
hover over it for me.
I will
Incorrect.
go down with it.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, my bad. I was thinking something else. My bad.
Don't try to
Carry on.
just because it has a white flag, don't give up. It doesn't surrender.
Yeah, no
It
white
doesn't
flag
come out.
above my door productions does not stand for these allegations.
But I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh shit, what does that flag mean? And that's how I know it didn't get delayed. Because I was like, what does that mean? I was like, I've never seen that before. Mari, I feel bad that I have to say no, because I think this game's gonna be something special. I want to keep those points because I also picked up Power Wash Simulator 2. And all the rest of them are actually fairly good picks.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't want to do that.
Jerica, and this goes for actually everybody here, including Jake. As we talk about our games, and Jake, I'm also going to bring you in at some point to talk about your team. Be thinking, like, is there a game here that I would be willing to trade? Because we might get into that a little bit later. But moving on to Kayla's team, Kayla has been really making a statement this season. For knowers, for people that watched the JKPKJ Fantasy Critic blowout bonanza extravaganza, whatever we called it, Kayla struggled last season. She played with her heart, and unfortunately her heart betrayed her. But this season she is on a rip-roaring fucking revenge tour with Down to Farm. Kayla,
hell yeah.
How's your year been going, sister?
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked, Patrick, because I'm having the time of my life this year. And you want to know what, guys? I'm
my baguette. Go ahead.
I'm trying to play
Marathon too.
I sure did. I'm playing smart, but I'm also playing a little bit with my heart too. Because let me tell you, when I put Blueprints on here, nobody knew what Blueprints was.
I was about to say.
This was long ago. Nobody knew what was happening. I was actually watching one of our lovely friends in the gaming space, Mad Exposure. I was watching her stream, and she did the demo of Blueprints when it was on the Steam Fest, and I was like, "Ooh, that looks really good. I'm gonna snag that for Fantasy Critic." And a lot of my picks are sneaky. I bid $1 because I don't think anybody else is gonna get them. And so I like to slither in there. Yes. But yeah, no, I'm feeling really good. I think I have a couple of ones that the Jake appearance and then quick disappearance is so funny. But yeah, so thank you all for the Kayla twirling emotes in the chat. Only if you're a subscriber, which you should do.
Sure.
By the way, while you're here. Yeah, no, I'm feeling good because seriously, like when we did the Fantasy Critic together, and also like we've had it, Jerica and I have done it with some of our other friends for several years, and I've never done well. Genuinely never done well. Because I like to pick, I don't know about you guys, but I almost use this as like a tracker of what I'm excited about for the year. And so I'll go back to this and be like, what did I put down that I was coming out this year, and like remind myself of all the things that are coming out. And that kind of bit me in the ass past few years because turns out Little Sim World maybe doesn't exist on Fantasy Critic.
I want that on a shirt. That needs to actually be a shirt too.
So yeah, DTF Productions is in full swing, and keep an eye out on some of these that haven't came out yet, because some bangers on the list we'll just go ahead and discuss. Lost Records didn't score as well as I thought it would. But some points are on there. Dare I say that I think it deserved better than a 76. I think that's kind of criminal.
I really thought we were going to get updated review scores with Tape 2, and that would bump up to like a 79, but no one seems to be updating their reviews, which is very strange to me.
Well, so OpenCritic has separate pages for 1 and 2, and they both have a 76 average, and they don't have the same number of reviews. So I think it's just that people are still reviewing Tape 2 just as the same as Tape 1.
Okay.
So
unless there's something weird behind the scenes, but yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Dare I say, well, I can't completely say because I haven't finished Split Fiction yet, but I think I've enjoyed Lost Records more than Split Fiction.
Really?
Honestly, yeah, just personally. I have not finished Split Fiction, so I can't fully put my stamp on it yet. But Usual June, I think, is gonna be one of those like kind of like secret stars. I think it's gonna come out and people are gonna love it. It looks really great. It's an indie game. And then 2 Point Museum. I mean, come on, let's just be real. I mean, it was bound to do well, and it did. It did really well. Wanderstop, I need to get back to that. I haven't gotten back to it. I really enjoyed it. Scored pretty well. And then obviously Blueprint.
Like, what a pull with Blueprint.
That was such a pull.
And I am loving my time with it so far because I've also like I've played all of these up to this point that have been out. I have played and to some extent, which now will I finish all of them? Definitely not.
Sure.
Like, let's be clear. But yeah, some things coming up that I think will be good. The Fantasy Life game that is coming out, I think looks really cute. This one's a little bit not risky, but like, cause I know the fandom is there, but I've never played any of these, but they look like my vibe. So we'll see. And then we also have Directive 8020, which are you guys interested in this? I think it looks really interesting.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I have not played any
that.
Dark Pictures game before, but that one looks really cool.
I have not either, but
really, Kayla, I think you'd really fuck with the Dark Pictures game.
I think that's why I think I saw it and I was like, ooh, that looks like my vibe. And so that's why part of the reason why I grabbed it. The Lonesome Guild also looks really cool. Have you guys seen this one at all? I think the art looks really interesting.
I don't know that I have.
It rings a bell.
It is by oh gosh, who is it? It's like a creature collector kind of like story. This one's more from the heart. I was getting too excited and I was like, wow, I'm doing really well. And so I started picking up stuff like
Sure. You gotta have a couple. I mean,
we got
space in the roster for a couple heart picks.
We really do. And then a marathon. I just had to pick it up because everybody was so hype, and I fear that Mori might kill me for this one.
Sure. Which we'll circle back and talk a little bit more about marathon when we talk about all the money that we've been spending throughout.
Exactly. So
does that mean we'll circle back to you? Like, let me talk about my team at all before you skip me, or
I don't know. Well, I'll get back to you on that. Kayla, keep going.
Yeah, of course. And then I picked my counter pick was Rematch, which, as Mori mentioned, I do think it might do better than we all originally anticipated, but I still don't think it'll hurt me that much.
Yeah, I kind of get the feeling it's all going to kind of be based on like how it performs technically. Like, are the servers working? Is it buggy? Because the game itself, like the bones of it, are strong. I'm kind of surprised at how good that game feels to play, but it's also the multiplayer games are tough. Like sometimes they score super well, sometimes they are like stuck in that 70 limbo range. So we'll see.
But I'm feeling good.
Feeling
good. 71 points.
Yeah.
Even Helldivers last year, like I think we all kind of agreed that it would have scored better had it been reviewed a little bit later than just that kind of messy launch that it had. So
yeah, for sure. Even though the launch was so strong, it still had some issues,
right,
with it being multiplayer. All right, Cog, what else you got to say? My bad.
It's fine. I assumed it was just only having one game release, but
it was
just some quick updates past the draft stage of our thing here. So Borderlands 4, picked that up after, I think it was only like $5 because nobody else really bid for it. Maybe you all were smarter than me. I don't know. I like the Borderlands games for the most part. I'm shocked that Borderlands 3 scored as well as it did because it's like my least favorite besides the pre-sequel. But I don't know. All these new trailers that keep showing for it look pretty promising to me. Look pretty fun. So vibing with that. Fire Emblem games also historically score pretty well. I went ahead and picked up both of those for free. So Mori, that's the problem. Mori, when you listen to this in the future, that's the problem, is we are sneaking picks that people aren't thinking of and bidding like $1 or $2. And you're blowing your whole load on like, whatever you're doing.
Well, he's trying, except he's only putting in like $20 for something when I'm putting in fucking 78, my guy.
Also, you got to know to round up to like not a like 5 or 0 number. You got to do like 76. It's like, what's it called? Jeopardy? Not Jeopardy. Price is Right.
They're probably going to do 20, and then maybe someone does 21, so I'm going to do 20.
And see, Patrick tried to do that for Kirby Air Riders. He thought that we all forgot about it because nobody picked it up like immediately after the Nintendo
first week. I was like, oh, and I didn't think about it either. I was too busy. I was laser focused on Donkey Kong. And then was it you got it right, Cog? Oh yeah, because we're looking at it on.
I got Air Riders for 20. So I still have $75.
I bid for it too.
I'll bid both of you. Sword of the Sea. This is one Kayla and I had like this weird little like twinning moment the other day where I was like posting about it in our Discord, join the Discord, at the same time that she sent me a message on Instagram like, hey, this trailer looks really cool. You should like this. But it's from the, like, I think it's from the art guy behind Journey, Abju, and Pathless. So I think it's like Giant Squid Studio is behind it.
I think so. Yeah.
Looks really nifty. One of those, if you like those types of games, probably check this one out. And then Mio Memories in Orbit. I don't know if y'all remember this one. This was shown off, I think, Summer Games Fest last year, maybe. It's a upcoming Metroidvania, and I think it looks pretty sweet. So
looks good.
Yeah, there's going to be probably one or two of these that end up not coming out this year or that I drop. But especially with those Fire Emblem games, there's just rumors of both of those, either a remake or a new mainline. So I would have picked up both of those just to be safe.
Yeah,
expecting them to announce one of those during the Switch 2 Direct, which they did not. So
yeah. I'm hoping that we get some more big Switch 2 announces before the end of the year, because my very first pick was a game that hasn't been announced yet that I thought would have been announced by now.
Thanks, Dad. That's all I got.
Yeah. No. Hey, anytime, buddy. Anytime. Anytime you need, you come to me. We'll get you that time. Jake Twitchin, come on in here. Let's talk about your fucking shit team.
Ooh, my shit is bad. No, it's actually pretty good. I feel really good about my team right now. My first round draft pick, not so hot. My second round draft pick, paying off dividends real soon. Best review game of the year is yet to be released, and it's Mario Kart World.
For sure.
Gaiden Ragebound, Terminator 2D, No Fate. These are banger 85 pluses. Easy. But what I really want to focus on, for me, look at those 3 open spots, baby. And look at this fucking amount of money that I have left. Oh my God. Do you guys remember what game of the year was last year? Oh, it was Astrobot. Do you remember when it was announced?
June, I believe.
Yeah, 2 months before it came out. 2.5 months before it came out. Look at you guys in all of your filled fucking lists.
Sure.
You guys are going to be shit out of luck.
I have $4 left.
It'll be my time to strike when the hot tickets are announced. I want to be in good shape here. Now, I did get tragically outbid on a couple things that I was looking for. We'll get back to that later. And then I picked up a couple things to fill out my list just in case I don't want to get left with nothing. I have Sonic Racing Crossworlds on there. I think that'll score a 72 minimum. And then
maximum.
And then to a T, I hope with all my heart is Game of the Year 2025. I think it could be. I really think it could be.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
My name is Giraffe.
Too good.
That one night that you guys were loopy as hell and you were playing that song
over and over and over. Run it back.
My God. It's too good. Again,
I wasn't there for that.
Take me back.
Oh,
what a night.
If you're listening, it was what was it? Was the Portal stream that you guys were doing?
Oh, I think so.
It was the Portal. It should be on the VOD somewhere. Go find it.
Go find it.
On our VOD channel.
Yeah, drop and drop out VOD. I don't know that we've ever spoken about that publicly. Pretty bad on my part.
Drop in, drop out VOD. YouTube.com/@drop in, drop out VOD.
We haven't uploaded anything in a few weeks, but it's because we haven't been doing game streams. We've been fucking around with other streams. So
of course,
but there are podcasts. There's some nice VODs up there, and there will be more. So go give that a subscribe, give it a follow, give it a comment, give it a thumbs up. Yeah, Jake, I really hope 2AT just comes out with swinging with a 97. That's all I can dream of, even though it'll really hurt me because it's on your team.
Hey, how does Pokemon Legends ZA work now that there is a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of it coming out? I guess the question applies to Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. As well. Are we gonna get both of the scores? Because I feel like are we gonna get the better of the 2 scores?
I don't know. I don't know how Open Critic is gonna handle that. If they're gonna be let me pull over the
it would probably come down to whether or not major publications give separate reviews for those. You know what I mean? Like I think if enough people do, if IGN, if spot if all these people keep giving separate scores because the Switch 2 edition is that much more improved. Then maybe they'll add a separate page for it, or they may do the whole Bloom and Rage thing and just average them out. I'm not sure.
I would be willing to accept, if the group agrees, the higher of the two scores.
That's what I'm leaning toward as well. Like if they don't do it themselves, then I'd be okay with that.
Because I don't know
not
that
on my list. No.
Sure. Well, it's very brave of me to say that because I don't think any of them are going to be on my list either. But I do, because I don't know. We can talk more about it, but that would suck if they do end up having separate. Fuck, do I need to go make a bid on fucking?
No, no. The game's already come out. If we're talking about like just the Switch 2 version.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, yeah. It does beg the question, like, what do we do about like Kirby then? Does Kirby get re-reviewed for its additional content when it drops?
I think a remake should definitely. We've had this conversation in our other groups, so like we can agree or disagree, but like a remake I think can count, but like a game that's like just been like a next gen upgrade, nah.
True.
I don't think it should count.
I would agree.
So I'd like to draft
interesting.
Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
That's not no.
And Breath of the Wild. Well, in there.
So Serious Sharp brings up a good point in the chat. It says those games specifically are Switch games with Switch 2 upgrades, not Switch 2 games. But to that, I will say though, with how piss poor Pokemon Arceus ran on the Switch and Scarlet and Violet, if it has the same issues on the Switch, but really sings on the Switch 2, they may actually have separate scores.
What I'm thinking is because that's like the biggest concern was performance.
Now, Metro Prime 4 won't be an issue because Retro Studios knows how to make a 60 FPS Metroid Prime game. They've done it 3 times already on worse hardware. But
sure.
Patrick, yes.
I counterpicked ZA. I think we got to take the lower score.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I think that's what's coming to me now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I will say I feel more confident now with ZA these days. With the Switch 2 edition, I think that they're gonna bump that thing up because I think a lot of reviewers will be reviewing it on that hardware too and talking less about that.
Especially since it's coming out later in the year. That is something that when counterpicking it, I never considered that it could be like better on Switch 2. Because I was kind of banking on the Arceus of it all. And like it was because we did so well with drafting this season, I felt that I was like, I wasn't sure where to go with the counter pick, especially I think I was toward the end of the counter picks myself. So it was like I went ZA kind of begrudgingly because I was like, I don't want to necessarily do because like if Judas comes out, I'm fucked. So I don't want to counter pick that. Like there were a few like that. So we'll see.
Side
Who the fuck is Judas, dude?
Seriously.
I hope it.
Now, I wish I counterpicked it at this point because I don't. It's not feeling like it's going to be this year at this point.
Could be a Summer Game Fest announcement. You know, I can see it there.
It could.
be.
Oh, I was going to ask before we move on from the Switch upgrade news officially. Is it? Do we know the dollar amount for if you own it already and you get the Switch 2 copy now?
I think it's like game by game for the most part, but 10 is
$10 for most of them, 20 for Mario Party and for Kirby. The ones that are like more substantial.
Okay, cool. I can work with that.
And then some.
And I think that they're all included with expansion pass if you have the Nintendo Switch Online.
Not all of them. Some
they're not.
Just the 2 Zeldas.
Just the 2 Zeldas.
I think eventually it'll be more than just the 2 Zeldas, but as of right now, it's only the 2 Zeldas.
Yeah, they need to flesh that out a little bit more because the fucking Nintendo Switch 2 expansion pass for the longest time, they would advertise it and they'd be like, here's the Nintendo Switch 2 expansion pass that gets you Nintendo 64 games and the Splatoon 2 DLC. Like, add the thumbnail of the Splatoon 2 DLC. It's like, all right, dude, cool.
Actually, Jacob, higher tier Nintendo Switch Online gives you the Mario Kart 8 booster pack and
I fucking know it.
Actually,
Animal Crossing, whatever,
that's
the
right.
separate island to like build the couple's houses or whatever, and like, so it was decent if you had those games. But again, like compared to what else is out there for them to have the opportunity to add on there, not very substantial. So. Your point still stands. You were just very wrong. That's all.
Oh, perfect.
Per use.
Yeah. All right. Great job on the podcast, everybody.
Great job on the
somebody else take
podcast.
over duties on the producer role.
Okay, I will share a bit about my team.
He said
'Cause
duties.
There will be no white flag above my door. I'm feeling both good and bad about my team. I'm feeling good in that so far 2 of my 3 games are 16 or higher, and I expect Oblivion to maybe get 1 or 2 more points. Right now it's sitting at 16. But I feel really bad about a couple things. I feel really bad that I missed on mainline 3D Mario platformer, and that does not feel like it's coming at this point because it kind of feels all but confirmed that it's the Donkey Kong Bonanza team. I was trying to convince myself with some copium a few weeks ago that like, oh, maybe it's not them because of these fucking dumb reasons I'm making up, but it's probably the Odyssey team. Oh boy, I can't believe that's what I did. But I did pick up Donkey Kong Bonanza, which we'll get into a little bit more later. But I have a few games that I've also added in Wheel World, which is the people that made Nidhogg, which I'm probably going to end up dropping. And then Marvel Cosmic Invasion, which I expect to get like 16, 17, 18-ish points, which is what the last game they made scored around that. So I would expect that to happen again. And then I took a swing with the unannounced new God of War Greek project, similar to my Oblivion swing, which was like, this thing's being rumored, so I might as well add it in case it ends up coming out. And it worked well for Oblivion. I don't know that it's going to work with God of War, but my hope is that if that's like the big PlayStation June game that comes out in November, that I already got it locked in.
It sounds so good if that's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of thing where it's like on paper, I think my team could be like a winner. It's just I need a lot of things to happen for that to be the case. But I mean, it seems like Death Stranding 2 on the beach is going to hit, regardless of how much I wasn't a believer.
And Jellin Man, that's all you need.
And with the 17 on-air minutes I spent picking that game, hopefully that will end up working out in my favor.
I listened back to that yesterday and it was painful.
Yeah,
you can go and listen to it now on all podcast platforms or on YouTube.
I started to bleed from the ears, coach.
Yeah, I don't know that that's true, but it's probably closer to the truth than I want it to be.
Patrick, I truly do think your list though is probably the most exciting. Keep you on your toes. There's some excitement there if they hit. Like, I don't know. It's just it's a fun list. Good job making a fun list.
When I went into this, I thought, what would Dido want? The singer, since my team is named after her. And I think she would want fun. And I tried to go fun, which like Ghost of Yote, we got a date for October. So that I'm hoping gets me a solid like 18 to 20. I'm pretty disappointed that South of Midnight scored 7. I think that is criminally underscored. I think that
I agree.
I feel like I don't think it should be near the 90s by any like stretch of the imagination.
It's like a good 82, 83 though.
I feel like I should have at least
low 80s.
5 to 6 more points on that game. But
I agree.
It's okay. But yeah, as the friendship design says, it's classic Dido. Dido wants fun. Thank you.
And first time chatter, Davy James 22 also called the reference before you even mentioned it.
Let's go.
Welcome in.
So yeah, I have some moves still to be made, but I don't have a lot of money to do so. I think this is a good segue into some of the money we've been spending.
Well, if you have fun, you don't have money. I think that's how it works out.
Valid.
That is true. We've kind of been alluding to this throughout the conversation, but a lot of the games that have been added have cost us fake dollars. Each of us had $100 going into the season. And the way that the bidding works, if you don't know, is on Saturday night, anything that we try to do goes through the system. And like, so if I bid $10 on a game and Jordan bids 9, I get the game. And then I lose 10 of my $100. So let's go back around the room and talk about some of the money that we've spent or tried to spend. I also have a list here if that would be more helpful for us to highlight some of the ones that I noticed. But the big one, I think, Jake, if I can bring you out here for a second, is the Donkey Kong
motherfucker. This motherfucker, dude. He could have just outbid me. He could have just put in something that made sense. Instead, he decided to slight me. Patrick, tell him what you did.
So this kept me up at night that week because we had this plan, we had the stream plan where we were going to play a game and whoever won the game got to pick whatever game that was announced from the Switch 2, other than one that was already taken, so like Mario Kart World. But that stream fell through, so that was no longer the plan. And because my first pick was 3D Mario and we got Donkey Kong, I was like, oh, fuck, I need to do whatever I can to get this game to salvage my season. And so I was looking through everybody's teams, like, okay, I've not really spent much yet. I had like $94 or something. And so I went and I looked at everybody's budget and I was like, okay, I don't expect, like, for example, I don't expect Jerica, if she's going to make a bid, to spend more than like $30. She feels like she's playing like smarter head games of like, I'm maybe going to wait for more things. Or Mori, you can never know what Mori's going to do. The two people I was afraid of were Cayman and Jake. Cayman, because I play fantasy football with him, and we have played a season before with what in fantasy football is called FOB, your free agent accounted budget or something like that, which is this. It's like we all have money that we can spend. And so I'm always afraid of Cayman because he has the fantasy football background. But he had I had more money than him. So it's like, okay, so it's either I'm gonna do $1 more than Jake, or I'm gonna do $1 more than Cayman, like everything that they have, which was 86 for Cayman and 77 for Jake. So at the beginning, I'd only put in like 55 or 60, but then I had this voice in my head that was like, if you get outbid on Donkey Kong, you're fucked. So I bid $78, which is $1 more than Jake, and I hoped that Cayman
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I hoped that Cayman wouldn't bid more on Donkey Kong, and he didn't. It ended up being that only Mori and Jake put in bids for Donkey Kong.
I thought I put one in. Did I not?
I don't think you did.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was too late.
Yeah.
That might be right. Yeah.
Patrick.
Wow.
And Mori
$1.
put in like thought he was gonna stag fucking Donkey Kong for $25.
Yeah.
This guy's out of his goddamn mind.
Yeah.
Patrick, I'm having flashbacks. Did you not do that to me last year with
Probably. Probably.
Because I think
Just
that I
very
had like
long.
$22 left and you put in 23
Probably.
or something like
that. It's a fantasy football move of like when you're playing with the money.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if people have spent their cash already, well, it's an easy win. I just spend $1 more than him. It was just very tough because he had $77. It's like,
Right.
So now I only have
Can I just-
18 for the rest of the year, which is I will be fucked because of that at some point.
Can I just say that I didn't know that you could see everyone's budget?
Yeah.
Mm.
And,
So I'm
and why is that?
I'm embarrassed at my $4.
Well, so because you didn't see everybody's budget, tell us about what you did with your budget, Kayla.
What did I blow my whole budget on? I think it was Marathon.
It was Marathon, yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny to think because it could. I mean, I don't think it'll be bad for me, but it definitely could. I blew my whole budget on Marathon, and then I also only spent $4 to get blueprints, which I'm very proud of to this day.
Yeah.
So I only have $4, so that means I'll probably snag an underrated gem out there, hopefully for my last slot. Who's to say? But yeah, I couldn't see anyone else's budget because I didn't know.
Yeah, you spent
That was amazing.
71 on Marathon, and you outbid Mori's 31. So I guess Mori thought Marathon was more important than Donkey Kong Bonanza. And I was like, so this was announced on Saturday of last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. And I was like, you know what? There is a chance that people forget that it's Saturday. So I just put $1 on it in the hopes that no one did anything. It was the same week that Cog mentioned earlier that I put 0 on Kirby Air Riders. Just
you
what
put 0? You didn't even do $1.
Yeah.
That's
well, because I only have $18
funny.
left. So it's like I gotta really make sure I'm not spending too much money anymore.
Yeah, and then I went for Air Riders too. How much did I try to put on
Let's see. Cog got Air Riders for 20. He outbid you at $12, and me at 0.
Got it. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Jake, did you have anything else that you wanted to say about the Mario or the Donkey Kong Bonanza?
I was gonna offer you, if you're feeling like maybe you messed up, maybe you need a little more cash, maybe you don't need that Donkey Kong Bonanza, an opportunity at a slight loss to get Donkey Kong off your team and get some money back in your bank. So I offer you $70 for Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Can you scroll down to your team, please? I think I might need money and a game, and we would drop the money amount a little bit. I wouldn't say 70 in a game.
I can't believe you're considering this.
Take a little look.
Give me Sonic Crossworlds.
I know Sonic
$20.
Crossworlds is looking. How about Sonic Crossworlds at $10?
That reminds me of that time trading Pokemon cards at Books A Million with this dumb kid. And I was the dumb kid, so
Sure.
that's exactly what I would trade. Some shit.
I think I told my story on the Pokemon episode where I was like, my parents had to limit how many cards I could trade at once because I was like giving away sleeves of them.
Jake, it might need to be a multi-game deal, but what would it take to get Mario Kart from you in this deal?
You don't have enough to get Mario Kart from me.
Whoa.
I don't think $18 in Donkey Kong.
Well, that's why I said multi-game.
I would need to bankrupt you. I would also need Donkey Kong and Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
The return on investment won't be there for me.
Wow.
Because I'm expecting
I'll need to keep $10, so I'll take $8. Marvel.
Where do we think Mario Kart's going to land then? Wait, what's the value? We know it's valuable, but can we put a value on it? What we think it's going to score?
What's the projected?
Points to get you?
Can you put a price on fun?
I think it'll score 30 points. I think it'll land at like a 95 because
I think too.
It's $2 for every point above 90, so that would put it at 30 if it was a 95. But so then it's like, where do we think Donkey Kong Bonanza lands? Because that's like the big question mark for me. I do feel like a probably 90.
It's projected on Fantasy Critic as 82.
I don't think so.
The projections are always fucked. Do you think lower than that, Jerica?
I think lower than that. Yeah,
really?
I think it'll be in the mid 80s, if anything.
Okay, if anything, she's even lower potentially.
I don't know. The gameplay seemed a little. It could. I don't know. Unless they have some other abilities for old Mr. Kong. I don't know. It looks a little. Doesn't look too like as fun I would normally with the Mario platformer. You know. What?
Oh, are we talking about Worlds or Bonanza?
Bonanza right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Are we talking about Mario? Shit. And are we talking about? I was talking about Donkey Kong. I don't think.
Yeah, Donkey Kong there.
I got confused.
Correct. That's my correct.
You were right.
Prediction. I was wondering where y'all think Mario Kart or Worlds will land.
That's what I think will be at like in the mid 90s.
Yeah,
I honestly see like a 96 for that.
Yeah,
I could see it being the best reviewed game of the year, and I could see it being like the quintessential Mario Kart. I think that game looks so fucking good.
Yeah.
And Donkey Kong 70 maybe if we're lucky.
There's definitely a game for another time where we can talk about it. Like if you guess it right, maybe there's an extra incentive to make a guess on someone's team that can get you something, and it doesn't have to be something in this. It could be like, I'll send you a couple dollars for a coffee. You know, just a little bragging rights and a coffee.
Bribing. We love it.
I offer you Mario Kart World and a picture of my nutsack.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I'll give you a game for that right now. I have something else.
Jerica, let's look at your list.
Look at it. See what we got here.
What can I get for a half-eaten baguette? What did they give me?
I can't in good conscience accept that Donkey Kong Bonanza will score 85 or lower. I just can't. If I spent $78 on an 83, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I think there's a chance.
I'm gonna Donkey Kong Bonanza myself.
Yeah,
literally. Yeah.
I'm
gonna stew a little bit, Jake. We'll see if there's a deal here. There could be a deal here, but I think
I want to do a service. I'm gonna do a service to our audience and just say, if you're listening to these naysayers, now I'm not standing up for me. I'm standing up for Nintendo, for Donkey Kong, for people that enjoy digging holes around the world.
Me.
This game's going to be special.
That seems
Jake, would you consider, would me throwing in mainline 3D Mario platformer move any needles for you? Like if we do a 2 for 2, it's like, okay, yeah, no. Okay.
Doesn't power wash the nutsack?
I'll give you
simulator.
I will do Mario Kart World.
Yeah.
4. Donkey Kong Bonanza, unannounced Mario 3D platforming game, and Marvel Cosmic Invasion. I think the Cosmic Invasion
is too much because I think that game is going to be like a 17.
That game is going to fucking rule. I bet that's going to get like a fucking 89.
Yeah. That's too much.
Wow.
I would consider throwing in like Wheel World is a risk because it's from the folks that did Nidhogg, which historically they're a good developer. It's like a
fucking Wheel World.
I'm just saying 3D Mario, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and a fucking nostalgic side-scrolling Marvel game for Mario World is unreal.
I think I'm gonna keep my Mario World. All right, let me tell you. Here's the thing. I gotta stand up for Donkey Kong because there's been too much naysaying here. I gotta stand up for my fucking guy. I think that game is going to review probably as well as Mario Kart World.
Whoa.
I think that game has been cooking for as long as Mario Kart World has. I think that these games were initially envisioned as games for the Nintendo Switch Pro, if that was going to happen, and then they've been in the can and polished for a very long time. And I also think that there is an X factor specifically about Donkey Kong Bonanza that is going to be revealed in the very near future before its release that is going to recontextualize the way that we look at that game. Because if you look at the reveal trailer for Mario Odyssey, and this is from the same team, it appears, there is not even a fucking single possession shown in that game, in that trailer. They don't even show the main hook of Mario Odyssey in the first Mario Odyssey trailer. And I think that team might be doing the same thing. I think that there is some sort of gaming mechanic or additional feature or world or something like that that is not revealed to us as of yet, that is going to make Donkey Kong Bonanza look even fucking better than it currently looks.
You can use the Switch 2 camera to put your face on his asshole. That's
my ball sack on his ball sack, so that way it feels more immersive, like it's you.
A couple things, if I may address you and the court. One, thank you so much for coming to my aid there. I agree with you, which is why I spent $78 on it. Tragically, however, you just lost any sort of leverage you have if you think it's going to score the same as Mario Kart World. So my counter offer is Donkey Kong Bonanza for Mario Kart World to a T and Sonic World's Crossworlds, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. That's my counter offer.
Sonic Cross Worlds Cross.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Any other notable? I think there were some other notables here on the ad drop situation.
Potent potables.
I do think
I added. I think we talked about this at some point on another episode, but I added for $0 Blades of Fire because it's coming from Mercury Steam, the people who did the Samus Returns and Metroid Dread. And then I saw like a few weeks later they had the first kind of like real gameplay reveal, and I watched it and I was like, draw.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah.
That was a game. I was like, I was like, I'm not gonna say it to Cog because I want Cog's team to crash and burn because this is a competition.
It's competition. You get it.
Because it's a competition. But I was like, oh, if you don't drop that, then you are fucked.
Well, because like even some of like the earlier, I feel like the previews, like they revealed it. Like only, they said like it's coming out, in like 4 months whenever they first revealed it. And I feel like there was a couple of like IGN type of sites that had some sort of hands-on preview. They're like, oh, this is kind of promising. These gameplay mechanics are kind of cool. You're like forging your own weapons as you go, blah, blah, blah. But then again, they showed an actual gameplay video of like the combat traversal. I was like, this is not good.
Like, I don't know that it'll score like sub 70, which is the threshold for Fantasy Critics. So if you score 70, you get 0 points, but it wouldn't be worth having. When we got Kayla getting blueprints for $4 for 19 points, we can't have a 72 on our team.
But it doesn't matter because I have no budget left. So
sure.
Well, I'm almost done.
Sure.
Clear,
yeah. Some other ones that I found on our list. We talked about most of them. Jerica outbidding Jake by $1 for Power Wash. It's a very good job, Jerica.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I'm proud of that one. Only because I beat Jake by $1. That's a true win.
I think that was like a big brain one from Jerica too, because I'm pretty sure that she got it for $12 and I bid 11. Yeah, it was one of those like I'll go up 1 and you went up 2. It was very Price is Right. Like, what's the highest bid, Bob?
Fuck.
Nice.
I forgot to add a couple numbers on these two, but Cayman got Dave the Diver over myself and Kayla. Tragic. And then Mori got the Midnight Walk for 20, outbidding me and Kayla. I also didn't put a number down, but I think he outbid us by like a good bit. Like we were both pretty low on our bids. So essentially, he made a huge fucking mistake. Yeah. Unless, it scores 94 points.
Right.
And then, the most recently, Kayla and Mori got denied Star Wars Zero Company because they did officially say that's not coming this year. So fans blocked you from getting that game.
Thank you. Shout out to a real one, the system.
And then, so Noah, our sweet
Kayla
Noah,
praises the system.
Yeah, she's huge on the system.
Let's be clear.
Yeah. Our sweet Noah in the chat, who helped me get 20 points with Kingdom Come Deliverance. I gave him a lot of shit a few weeks ago because I had put in a little secret bid on Wander Stop. And then he went to the Discord and fucking blabbered to everybody, look at this great looking fucking game. And then Kayla outbid me. She bid $6, so I bid less than $6, so I shouldn't be as upset. But then the game only scored 10 points. So every bad thing I said about Noah, I take back.
10 is pretty not nothing to shake a stick at. Let's be clear.
No. I'm not stick shaking. Oh, but I am glad I didn't get a game that only got 10 points.
True. And if you're ever looking for the latest gaming news, our Discord is the place to go. I barely even look at sites anymore. It all comes to us. So.
It does. Ryan Selby in the chat says, did anybody beat Wander Stop? I think, Kayla, you said you haven't yet, right?
I haven't. I do want to, because I also believe it's pretty short. It's a nice, cozy time. It's pretty slow paced. So like you have to be in the mood for that. And I've just been lately in the mood for like a little bit more like quicker pace type vibe. So yeah, I will go back for sure.
Can we just talk a little bit about how Kayla's team is going to be like that came out this year team? Like 2 Point Museum, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, and Wander Stop. Already, I'm like, oh yeah, those games.
Yeah, I had a lot of early year hitters. So I definitely like in the past, my approach has been to wait to put games in until later on, which is not always helpful. So I tried to get some like early picks in. So
yeah.
Rabbit, to answer your question, somebody did get Silk Song. Who was it?
That was Cayman. Cayman drafted Silk Song originally, and
somebody counterpicked.
Jake counterpicked it.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Fuck Silk Song.
Oh God, here we go.
Silk Song. More like Silk Wrong.
Keep going,
Cherry. More like Team Cherish your memories with the first game.
Very good. So to wrap this up, let's go to the very top. Let's look at our rankings. If we filter by points, actual, we got Kaylin first with 70 points. One more time. It actually was already like that. That's my bad. Kaylin first with 71 points. P-Schwag in second with 43. Jerkachu in third with 30. Jake Twitchin in fourth with 26.7. Probably rounds up to 27. Cognitive Glitch in fifth place with 22 points. Kamester, 2 games released with 16 points. Now, he's struggling a little bit after taking the crown last season, but I still believe in him. You never count Cayman out. He's in sixth place right now with 16 points. And then the gamble worth taking, or as he refers to himself now, the geriatric wet testicle in last, only because no games have scored yet with 0 points. I think a good check-in, I think we should all feel various levels of happy with our teams, except maybe Mori, only because he's not here. Maybe a little also because his team sucks.
I love that mine is projected to be dead last. I'm like, my team ain't looking that bad.
The fantasy critic projections are wild.
They really are.
Like also, they undersell the projections on just about everyeverything.
How does everyone still have so much money? Look at Cayman's money. $86.
I mean,
like we're saying,
if you want to buy me a few coffees, I can give you some money. I don't know if I can't spend anymore. So
Kayla or Jerica, I will be in touch. My team will be in touch with your team.
My team will be in touch.
For those $68.
Yeah. My team is busy that day.
I'll give you $30 for your money.
Stop.
Yeah.
Great.
Let's go.
Shake on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you can literally just buy me a coffee and have the rest of my money.
It's a $30 coffee.
Wow.
You heard it,
Cog. 3 days of coffee.
I'll All right. Any final thoughts on Fantasy Critic before we talk about some new releases from this week?
Don't think so.
I feel like we drafted a little bit late this year, so we're probably about a third of the way through our fantasy. We're in our first trimester.
Yeah.
If you will.
Aww.
Cool.
Not too late to a book.
Oh God.
Please.
Damn it.
Please.
Anyways, I won't be boarding anything on mine because as Rabbit has pointed out in the chat, I am projected first, so I'll take it. Only person with a projection over 100, might I add.
Patrick, that's because you were a pro chooser of your team.
Correct. Yes.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
It is Dido's right to choose because there will be no white flag above my door. All right, y'all. This week we got Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, and we got The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. I feel like someone on this panel is going to want to talk about Clair Obscur before Oblivion. So let's just start there for the sake of our lone Frenchman.
Of whom are you
Noah in the chat. Patrick 30 seconds ago, the projections are trash. Also, Patrick, look at me projected first and over 100 points. Look, if it serves me, I change my mind immediately. All right, so this game came out today. So all our thoughts on Clair Obscur Expedition 33 will be more on the impressions side of things because no one on the panel other than Jake a few weeks ago had early access to the game. But we didn't get pre-release access for an actual review copy, but some of us have been able to put time in. So I know Cog has, I know I have. Kayla, Jerica, have either of you had time yet with Clair Obscur?
Come back to me after Jordan talks all about it.
Okay.
I have. Yes.
Cool.
Only a short amount of time. Not a lot, but enough to have thoughts on it.
Great.
As someone who has no background with it.
Sure. Yeah, I put somewhere between like 2 and 2.5 hours today. So I'm still very early, but I do have thoughts. But I do want to, I'd be remiss if I didn't go to our friend from across the pond and across the channel from the pond into France. Yes, quite. Cog, this has been your personality for a minute, and now it's like it's taking your body too, as we can see. It's no longer just personality. How you feeling?
It's taking my body. It's taking my soul.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take this off so you know I'm serious.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
I am absolutely loving this game.
Yeah.
So I legit woke up at like 3:15 in the morning because that was like when it actually launched on my coast time zone. So I did that, went to bed early last night, woke up at like 3 a.m. today to fire it up. Total between then and now, just over 4 hours. So nothing like, crazy.
Sure.
Despite what my outfit may have implied to you. But man, no, it was right from the jump. It kicks you right in the gut. I mean, for them to tell us the exact premise of the game for so long, which is the Paintress is some ethereal being that we don't know about yet because, we're just getting the game. Wakes up every year, paints a number on this giant monolith, and everyone who is of that age or older just like disappears into nothing. So we already knew that. Like we saw in the trailers, people disappearing in the middle of like a market. But they spend like the first 30 minutes like before the next one happens. And it just, oh my God, dude. Like
it's tough. It's rough.
It really, they really did a great job of still making you care and just really setting that tone for what's at stake for these people in this world or whatever. So that was right from the jump. I was really impressed with it. The music is phenomenal.
God, the music in this game.
It's so good. It's so good.
The combat as well. I am really, really vibing with. This, what I'm about to say, is a positive. It's taken me a while, and I'm still kind of getting used to the exact like timing of like when to try to parry or when to try to dodge and things like that. But I don't see that as a bad thing. I think that should be something that you kind of learning curve. It reminds me, of course, of there it is, Sea of Stars, with how they do it with being able to do more damage if you time it correctly and all that sort of a thing.
Yeah.
While at the same time not being entirely necessary. like you can still complete a combat encounter without nailing the timing of these things, as long as you're healing yourself when you don't hit the dodge timing and all.
Yeah, this one, it feels a bit more engaging to me than the Sea of Stars combat system. I don't know if it's just like that it's bigger and more bombastic, or if they've are adding a little bit more. I'm not sure, but something about this one, it feels more like weighty and more like more challenging than Sea of Stars is. Like I've had to walk away from some encounters already because of the parrying and dodging and stuff.
Yeah, there's like I came up against I won't never I won't spoil it because it was like I encountered an enemy that made me just like, what the hell is this?
Oh yeah, that we're not supposed to do that. I don't think it's so much stronger than us.
Yeah. There's been a couple of those, but one in particular was like, not only was it way stronger than I thought it was gonna be, but it was also just completely bizarre. Like it, once you think about it, it kind of fits, but it just caught me off guard in a funny way. And of course, I mean, one of the things that they really highlighted leading up to the launch was the voice cast. You know, with Ben Starr, with Jennifer English, she was Shadowheart and Baldur's Gate. Andy Serkis is in there. Our Daredevil, Charlie Cox, is one of the main characters.
Okay, that makes so much sense. Oh my god, I did not. I knew I
didn't know that
voice. I didn't know. I didn't look it up or anything. I know nothing. I'm not going to steal any of your spotlight, Jordan. But I didn't.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. I had no idea, but I heard it and I was like, is that?
I'll be honest, and I want to start by saying I'm not trying to be a hater for a lot of my thoughts that I'm going to have so far today, but it's kind of distracting to me with it being Charlie Cox, Ben Starr. Like I love Ben Starr, I love Charlie Cox, but for me, like there's something about it that like takes me out so far, and it's
Dwayne
like,
Johnson effect.
Kinda, yeah. Where it's like so far I'm having a lot of trouble separating the actor from the character. And for a game that's so plot forward and so story forward, I'm disappointed in that so far.
Have you even heard Ben Starr yet?
I have, yeah. He plays a different character at the beginning.
Okay, I heard that too.
I was like,
I heard that too.
Yeah.
I was like, that's my boy.
But I haven't heard the actual character he plays yet.
Okay, yeah. I was like, I haven't either. I was like, what game are you playing that you've had? And I haven't been there yet.
Didn't mean to redo.
I'm impressed with the performances. I think that the plot, the performances, the story so far is really engaging. It's really just seeing and see to me. This is one of those ones where I put in the Discord as well. # join the Discord. That you just love to see it. It's not that it's exceedingly rare by any means, but you just love it when a game is marketed in a way that is actually indicative of the final product. It's not like they're, changing up and like adding extra little things to the trailers and making it look like it's gonna be something completely different than it is, just to like, sell you on it. And then you're getting up disappointed. For me, this is everything that I've been hoping it was going to be. And I can't wait to dive into more.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I am enjoying my time so far. I think I might have gotten a little overhyped a little bit. Like when Jake was on the pod a few weeks ago, and he's on the pod right now, sharing his thoughts. I think, and like with its reviews, so it's got a 91 on OpenCritic. We were just talking about. I think I was expecting like from the jump for this to feel like generational, and I'm just surprised that there's some issues I'm already having with it. I played a little bit on PC, a little bit on Xbox. But so far, like I'm noticing a good bit of like pop in with stuff, which like technology or performance and like technological stuff, it doesn't make or break a game for me by any means. But for a game that's so fucking pretty at every turn, like you're seeing in the B-roll now, like the environments in this game
It's so good.
are breathtaking. And then for like the lip syncing to be like pretty terrible, like it has so far kind of taken me out at times, as well as the acting stuff I was saying earlier.
Sorry, real quick. I've caught that too, and I do wonder if it's because it's a French studio. Like, did they sync the performance, the models more for the French versus the English? I wonder.
That'd be pretty wild of a choice to have such a high budget, like English voice team.
I think they just probably ran out of time.
Yeah, because like sometimes it looks like it matches up, but sometimes it doesn't. So yeah,
I haven't noticed that yet.
No, I'll get to a point in a second because I know y'all are talking about the performances, and I can also chime in on that. But I also want to chime in on performance too. When y'all are ready, I just don't want to forget don't let me forget because I want to add
jump in.
to that.
Yeah, jump in.
Jump in.
Personally, like I'm gonna go ahead and say, I fucking love this game
Hell
so
yeah.
fucking much. I'm not gonna play anything else until I finish this game. That is Mark.
Yeah.
Y'all put it in. I don't know, like use some ink or use your own blood. Write it down. Jerica's gonna play this game until she's done.
Wow.
And I truly only think that's because Jake made me play Sea of Stars, and I realized because I play Persona 5 and I love Persona 5, but it's been like the only like turn-based game I could really get into. I don't know if it's like combination of story and the gameplay. It's pretty quick turn-based, so I can sort of deal with that. I hate when it slows down, but Sea of Stars also is one of those games I just push to the side because I was just like, eh. But like Jordan and Kayla were just playing it and saying, it's so good. And then other of my friends, it's so good because it does something different with turn-based. And I'm like, okay. So like, it's like Persona. And I know everybody's probably say this, Persona and Sea of Stars like had a baby and I love it. And I'm in heaven. It's like, but it's in France and it's cool. And the story is so, the story is so hype for me. Like I want to know more about this world immediately. Like I was 2 minutes in, I was like, holy shit. These people think about this much differently because this is the situation. And I cannot wait to do a spoiler cast with y'all. Like I want to spoil the shit out of this game when we're done.
Let's go.
That to actual performance of the game. I also played on PC and I compared it to PlayStation because I was interested to know, like, I didn't see, I'm a big 4K HDR. Let me play in performance mode. I want those buttery smooth frames, you know. I want them.
Butter in your rolls.
I want them.
Mm-hmm.
I want them, but I noticed like on PlayStation, I didn't see an option to turn HDR on and off. And I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, I'm going to download this bitch on PC because I can get on Game Pass. Downloaded it, HDR, no option. What the fuck? It's still a beautiful game.
Yeah.
But I don't know if anyone's been able to decipher, is it using HDR or not? I have come to the conclusion, I think PlayStation 5 is, and I'm playing on PlayStation 5 Pro. There's no patch for the Pro yet, maybe sometime soon, but just running on the PlayStation Pro, I think is going to run, or PS5 Pro is going to run the same as a PS5. I think that's the same. It does acknowledge HDR, even though you don't have like adjustments to change like gamma and stuff for HDR. You have like a normal like brightness scale that's built in. So with HDR, still a question mark. It doesn't seem to be available on PC. So that was interesting to me. I have also noticed, and I have a pretty beefy graphics card now. Runs a little bit better on PlayStation. Runs real good on PlayStation. Haven't experienced really any issues. I'm surprised how well it runs on PS5. I'm running on like performance or whatever makes my frame smooth.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I think I agree with basically everything you've said. And I think that's why I'm being so picky on things is because
you
like
have
the story so far, I'm so in on. Like I'm so fascinated by this concept of the story. I'm so fascinated with like where this might go and all of the different like we're not here to spoil anything, but the first time there's like action in this game, once like you kind of exit the prologue, like my jaw was on the floor. I was like, oh, that's what this game is. Like and so then it's like I'm getting frustrated that it's something that I didn't see at the time because I was clouded by COVID. But like the issue that you have with Jordan, the issue that you have with Ghost of Tsushima. That came out wrong, but I got
the issue that you have with Jordan.
The issue that Jordan has with Ghost of Tsushima, where it's like the game is so fucking pretty, and then it goes into a cutscene, and the lip syncing is so fucking atrocious that it immediately takes me out because the story is so like interesting and fascinating that I want to lean in and like be taken to this other place, and then I'm immediately reminded that this game, it's a fucking triumph that this game was only made by 30 people, but there are parts where you can really tell it was only made by 30 people.
What are you playing
on? It being 33 people.
Ooh,
they truly did just need to hire like 3 extra folks. Come on, y'all, that'd been dope.
Wasn't in the budget.
I was gonna ask, What are you primarily? Are you experiencing those both issues on both things or
Both things.
specific? Both
Oh,
things.
okay.
Anyone
And my
playing on
PC
PS5?
is very
Because I
good.
haven't noticed that yet.
The bad lip syncing,
Uh-uh.
where
I
like
haven't
when they're,
either.
if they're saying like around and their mouth does like a totally different shape.
And not enough to make
Huh.
me
Okay.
get out of the
Yeah,
boat
so
yet.
maybe-
But like, let me pay attention to it now that
Sure.
it's
Yeah.
something I'm sniffing for. Let me see.
Yeah.
Again, I just feel like that's not that it's not noticeable because I've noticed it as well, but like I guess I'm just so used to it from like Final Fantasy 16. Speaking of Ben Starr and speaking of RPGs that were great,
Sure.
There's plenty of that too, where when you're actually in the world and going up and talking to an NPC, like it didn't look like the graphics weren't bad, but like it was clearly a lot lower quality models and a lot lower effort put into the syncing
Sure.
than an actual cutscene or like an actual like really, even if it was in engine, just a lot less time put into a conversation between two main characters kind of a thing. So it's something that I guess I'm kind of just used to from RPGs in general.
Yeah, I guess to poke a little hole in that, I guess my
Yeah, go
problem
ahead.
is that it's the cinematics. It's not just an engine. It's like
Fair.
when everything is like, oh, this is so fucking gorgeous. And then Robert Pattinson's talking to fucking
Yes.
Jessica Chastain.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's how they look. I'm like, I just want this to look better.
Robert Pattinson's
yeah.
so funny.
But it's like, I mean, right now, I don't want to give a game a score 2 hours in, but like, this is a fucking 9 already.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's
I mean,
fucking
just-
special. I love it
like,
so much. I'm
it
like,
just-
oh God.
I was like, man, I
perfect.
could see a 10. I can see the 10 right there if these other things weren't
Yeah.
what feels like 5 minutes taking me out of the experience. So Coal
There's-
Mine's in the chat really fast, Jordan, then I want to bring you in.
Yeah.
Coal Mine says, on PS5, I'm not getting many lip syncing issues, but I'm so immersed that I don't really care in terms of graphics. The only issue I have is the edge of the hair is pixels at times. Cinematica have had really good lip syncing.
Mhm.
Okay, so maybe
the hair thing that we talked about.
right. Yeah, the hair
Discord,
thing
yeah.
is pretty, for me so far, has been pretty
What's wrong with the
terrible.
hair? I thought the hair was good.
I'm there's this thing. I don't know. I didn't look for it when I was playing a little bit on Xbox, but on the PC version, both myself and Noah really noticed. And like we both have a very good PC. Any sort of cutscene, the area right around any character's hair is just like fucked. Like it just it's so. It's just it's like it looks so bad. There's so much like frame jumping and like. There's a word for it. I can't think of the word. It's like anti-aliasing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's what I noticed.
Tearing?
Like, because immediately I knew like within like
Split
3
roots.
minutes playing on PC, instantly I'm like, I'm going back to the PS5. This looked better on PS5.
Yeah.
And I was playing like ultra settings too.
High Score Weekly did make a good point that they can patch some things, so maybe they
Oh, yeah.
will.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe they'll
I'm
do.
just ready
like
for
a
it right
patch
now.
update.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want the
that's
total
true.
package right now. It's so good.
Jerica,
For it to be this high quality without a
Yeah.
patch is insane.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point. Jerica, I'm curious if you've had another issue that I've been having. Jordan and I talked a little bit about it, so I want to bring Jordan in on it too. But there not being a map and just like general directional stuff. I've been getting turned around a bunch so far. Like the environments, while they're being so fucking gorgeous, they like within an environment, it all kind of looks the same. So I'm like I'm going to a battle and I come out of the battle, I'm like, which way am I going? And I'm getting
Spoiled by
turned
The Last
around a
of
lot.
Us.
Right. So you're having that same issue?
Yeah,
Jerica?
I'm always lost. So like
Sure.
if there's not a map, I'm always gonna. That's why I'm like I'm so dumb. I should have not say until Death Stranding comes out because like it's gonna take me forever to beat this game. What am I thinking? How long is it taking people to beat this game? How big is
I
it?
think about like 30-ish.
Okay.
Whenever Kind
Okay.
of Funny was doing their games cast the other day, I can't remember who it was. One of them mentioned like 30-hour.
Yeah. 30
30
hours.
to 35.
Thank
Yeah.
God. I'm so happy because
I
I
can
was
do
like,
that.
oh no, this is just what kind of game it is. I'm like, this is gonna be like 80 hours, isn't it? It is. It is. But I'm so good. I'm so glad it's not.
Those counterattacks are so fucking satisfying.
They're great.
Oh my god.
Oh,
The thing I was gonna say,
okay.
is everybody okay if I bring up something that's in the prologue? Like,
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with
Let's
that.
fucking spoil the end of the game.
Oh,
yeah. So if
Please
somebody,
don't. I will. I don't know what I'll do.
Don't
Jesus.
don't do it.
Don't do it. Okay.
okay, all right.
It just came. I don't know. Okay, you can do it if you want to. I'm going to take my headphones off.
Maybe we do. Like, I really do want to. Like, I don't want to do it yet either, because I want us to talk about everything we just experienced in one sitting with the story, and maybe not in one sitting. We might have to do part 1, part 2.
Sure.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah, we can come back to it.
Let's say it's. I will say it is very minor, but I will respect the overall umbrella of just a no. I will respect it. No means no, everybody.
Wow, incredible. We stand.
We stand.
We'll do a full spoiler cast. I'm sure.
For sure.
Oh yeah, we are.
Gotta have it.
Now that we said no here, we've got to.
And since I want to try
this
something.
area is sorry.
No, you're good. It's very pretty. Whenever, because a lot of folks in the community are also playing Expedition 33. I want to try to figure out like a call-in situation.
Let's go.
Ooh, like a mailbag.
Yeah.
You
But like,
mail.
we had a Coal Mines voice reveal recently, and
I
so it's like now I want to hear everybody's voice. So
I mean, I'll give people my number. I don't answer the phone anyways. Just
Sure.
ask Mori. He tries to call me all the time, and I know it's a sweet message.
Aw.
yeah, that's true. We can set up a little
Probably about
Google
your the
Voice
trade
account
offer
or whatever.
Please, God. 2026.
2026. But if you join the Discord, you'll be made aware of any sort of plans we have. Any other thoughts on Clair Obscur before we move on to Oblivion?
That's all I want to do right now. I'm like y'all
nobody
blueprints last week.
That's true. Nobody wants my opinion. I've been silenced on this podcast. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
This is definitely not. I'm just joking. I'm about to
sorry.
It's okay,
I
Jared.
did.
Kayla, shut up.
It's crying time for me. No, I've added my 2 cents in here and there. I really wanted Jordan to have this moment, and I didn't know that Jerica was so hot on this too. So I'm very excited to see how we all progress through this. But this is definitely not my normal genre, or even like close to my like forte of like the type of like generally the type of game that I would enjoy. But as per mentioned by Jerica and Jordan, like Sea of Stars kind of broke through that for me a little bit when it comes to turn-based combat. Was something that I have tried in the past and not enjoyed at all. And so I generally shied away from those type of games. But with this being so low barrier to entry with Game Pass, I was like, well, why not try it? And all of my friends are so hype about it, so why wouldn't I try it? The story is so good. Me and Jerica both love a mystical lady, scary mystical lady in the game. And so I love everything about the general vibe. I love the kind of like romance like we get in the beginning. Like it reads like a very much like a fantasy romance novel. Yeah, so that was my awakening. I love that Coal Mine Sea of Stars was also my active turn-based awakening. I'm really loving
as well.
And the whole game is just so immersive of an experience that like I truly haven't noticed the mouth narrative off. It's so funny. I did clock the Charlie Cox, but I didn't like fully commit to that because I wasn't sure. I didn't really look anything up, but I knew nothing going into this. I hadn't really seen any of the hype other than what Jordan has and other people have shared in our Discord. So I had very minimal expectations overall, and I've only played like probably less than Patrick. I'm still in the prologue. I haven't moved very far, but I'm really enjoying it. High Score Weekly is insisting that I am a Final Fantasy fan without knowing it. I've never played a Final Fantasy game, and he's trying to convince me to play, and I probably will. It's just I also have a tendency to not finish games as well. Jake's so funny. So with that being said, with this being only 30, I think 30 hours is around the time frame that I can do. It might take me a while, but
sure.
Overall, really hot on it. Really enjoy the story. Really enjoy the visuals and the combat. I am interested in. I'm not good at these types of like active like turn-based, so it might take me a little bit longer. I might have to bump it down every once in a while.
Yeah. No shame.
But
I might be doing that too.
I mean,
I'm also just interested in the story. So yeah,
the characters are so good, and again, I didn't know the conceptually even like what was going on. So when everybody everybody started disappearing, I was like, oh my god, like I didn't know that was the thing. So that was really a cool experience. But overall, I'm gonna finish it too, and it's gonna be like my primary thing.
Hell yeah! So we're definitely gonna be doing a spoiler cast.
Oh yeah, sure.
Listen, we gotta right some wrongs in this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a couple things that I need. Okay, many comparisons to it reminds me of Sea of Stars combat. Makes me want to fucking Chrono Trigger myself every single time. Sea of Stars is just Chrono Trigger with a fucking coat of paint, and that's the classic, not Sea of Stars. And then this is just telling me
you've sold me on it. Just haven't got to it yet, Jake. You know, before you get started yelling
that's
at
true.
me,
I do have Jerica on my side. And I have to yell. It's the only way I can get my points across. It's all I know. It's the only way I know how to communicate. This is also just telling me that we need to have like a game club discussion for Final Fantasy X, arguably the best game of all time. If you guys are down with this combat, we can get down on that and experience one of the best stories ever.
That was my first Final Fantasy X was my first post Pokemon turn-based combat game.
Yeah.
Loved it.
7 or 10?
So good.
10. Okay, I thought I heard
10.
7.
Yeah, same here.
You did not.
We're the 10 crowd. There's not a lot of tenors over here.
We love it.
We did a whole on JK Games, one of our other podcasts. We did a whole big long Final Fantasy exploring all the games like in conceptually. So from there, I have been wanting to try one out. I love the idea of a game club. I think that would be super fun. We could get some of the audience in on it and like have like almost like a book club, but for games and like revisit old titles. I think that could be super fun.
I've been wanting to replay FFX for a very long time, so I'm in on that.
Ooh,
yeah. Cool.
Blast
that's
from
my
the past. Yeah, same. I can get back into that.
And then we have to play 10 too for those beautiful ladies.
Speaking of awakenings,
lesbians. That's when I found out I was a lesbian.
Aww,
that was the moment.
Wow.
All right. Well, yeah, we're going to be talking about this game the rest of the year in some capacity. So this won't be the last time you hear us talk about Clair Obscur Expedition 33. But another game came out this week. Game that some people were afraid would overshadow the Expedition. I don't think it will. That is the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered from Bethesda and Virtuous Studios. This has like been the worst kept secret in video games for at least 5 years. And
bottom 5 best kept secrets.
Yeah. And it had an event. What day was that? Was that yesterday?
Day before?
It was Tuesday.
Tuesday. It was Tuesday. Yeah, that's right. Because we talked about it on Spotlight Games on twitch.tv/Spotlight GameSpot. But yeah, they shadow dropped it. So free on Game Pass, $50 if you don't have Game Pass, also on PlayStation. Who all has been playing this? I have been playing it. Anybody else? Kayla?
Yes.
I got out of the sewers.
Okay.
I have.
Hell yeah. Jerica,
Hello.
have you played
Not
it
enough to have a comment. I'm still in the sewers with the rats.
Okay.
Me too. I'm just kidding.
I'm in a bad place right now. I'll be honest. Because
talk it out, King. What's up?
I still have so many fucking secrets and blueprints, even though I'm fucking 60 hours in. And I'm finding things I never knew I could find. No spoilers. And then this comes out. My favorite Bethesda game up until this point comes out because it's, your first is always your favorite. And I played this game so much in middle school. And all I want to do is play this. And then we get Clair Obscur Expedition 33. And now all I want to do is play that. It's like, Jordan, what am I going to do? I can't play all these games at once because I still have other games to finish.
Right.
I just don't know what to do. But so far,
it's tough.
I am adoring my time with Oblivion Remastered. It's kind of crazy that this is a remaster. This is like setting the bar for remasters for me moving forward. Because this game is fucking gorgeous. Like, in a lot of ways, it doesn't feel like a Bethesda game because of how clean it is. And they've redone.
Got plenty of jank.
It's still got plenty of jank. But compared to even Starfield, like there's parts of this game that feel so much better. And this is the bones of this game is the original. It's just running with Unreal Engine 5 on top of it. So it's doing a lot of heavy lifting for this game. And man, I'm having such a good time. I got it on PlayStation so that I could play it on the Portal because it's the kind of game where I think, because I know the story, even though it's been a really long time, it's like I don't necessarily need to be locked in at every single moment. But oh god, it's so good. It feels so good. Having a very good time. Kayla, you're playing a little bit right now. What do you think?
I've only played a few hours, but I'm hot. I really enjoy it. I did not play the original. My brother, friend of the show, is a big fan of this game, and I've only. Can we just share that? I have to speak my truth.
Please.
if you've listened to any of the other shows that I've been on in the past, you would know that I struggle. And part of what has made me shy away from Final Fantasy, let's just be clear, is that I'm not good at Roman numerals.
Sure.
Okay. Really bad at Roman numerals. And so it might have been the worst kept secret, but not from me. I didn't know what was going on, to be clear. And so when I saw this, I thought it was, I think I thought it was 6 instead of what it is, which is, I don't even know still to this time. But I thought it was a new Elder Scrolls game coming out. So I was like, in the Discord, I publicly was like, yeah. And everybody was like, no, what is this that you're playing? Oh, okay.
I love this so much.
This is so good.
This is the best thing.
But yeah, anyways, I didn't play the original. I love it. I don't know anything about the story. Really enjoying the story so far. It looks incredible. I know a lot of people in the chat, Noah said this too. It looks like a remake as opposed to a remaster. Like there's a lot of like really great stuff that they've put in here without me even seeing the original. I was a really, really big Skyrim fan and I played a lot of hours of it. So it's really, even though I didn't play the original, it makes me feel those nostalgic feelings still, just based on like what I've had. So yeah, it's really great. Will I finish this? Probably not anytime soon.
Sure. Probably same.
Yeah. And how many hours? I don't know the answer to this. How many hours?
I mean, this game can be 300 plus if you do everything. But the main, like if you're doing the main story, you can probably do it in like 15. Like that's how these games typically are. Where like if you just mainline it, they're pretty short. It's just typically the main story is the worst part of the game.
I mean, I've played hundreds of hours of Skyrim. I've never beat the actual game.
Yeah, Skyrim has like 10 story missions.
Yeah. I don't know that I've ever actually finished it. But no, those are my overall high level thoughts. I enjoy it. I think I liked my character creation. I spent a lot of time in there. Combat I like so far. The character interactions are good. What I know of the story so far, I'm enjoying. So.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, take my opinion that is 20 years old with a grain of salt. I remember liking the story of Oblivion more than Skyrim. But it's still, I mean, the best parts of Oblivion and Skyrim are when you're doing random fucking guild quests and you just stumble into something that blows your mind. Also something really quick. Something I wasn't expecting with this was how much the music would affect me, because I listened to the soundtrack as I played it for 200 plus hours when I was like 13, and playing this game earlier today and just like having my headphones in, I'm like, oh my God, it's just taking me fucking back. Like it close my eyes and I'm 13 again. It sounds so good. What were you gonna say, Jordan?
I had forgotten because I did play Oblivion. I did not beat it, but I remember really liking it back in the day. I for some reason, what really stuck with me was, I think it was like the first story mission that involves an Oblivion Gate, where you're like, it's almost like barricades of like ally soldiers who are trying to hold off the Daedra, and you're like fighting with them and like fighting your way to the gate and going in. I remember like, this is so cool, and you're like 15-year-old Jordan just like losing his mind. But I forgot how much more, for lack of a better word, RPG heavy Oblivion is compared to Skyrim. Like, because in Oblivion, you are picking your like a class in addition to a permanent like star sign or whatever. And in Skyrim, I don't think it had classes at all, really. Like you picked your race, but not like an actual class. And then you just you could jump around and find different shrines to like have a temporary like sign, right?
Sure.
Like
it's been so long, I forget.
Yeah, so please somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that I know for sure that Skyrim, you didn't pick a class. You just
it's like you looked in the stars. I thought you did have a class in Skyrim.
I think you do have a class. I'm pretty sure you do.
Do you?
I think
you pick it like in the stars. It's like they're constellations. It's like
similar
I'm gonna be fucking
mage,
an archer now or whatever, because I looked in the stars.
I did pick mage for mine.
Nice.
Wood elf mage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
that's not bad then. Okay.
But I think it's a little bit.
I guess it's laid out different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I made a wood elf named Zyelda.
Whoa.
And she is a Nightblade.
Whoa.
It's a little sword and magic.
How about that?
Cute.
I am shocked at how much new shit is in this game, though. There's not like new missions per se, but the amount of like they redid the leveling system. They redid a lot of the dialogue. They've added new lines for certain things. Like they are kind of, I feel like, fucking with the nominative. What is it? Nominative dissonance or whatever the fuck.
It's Jake twitching. Jake twitching.
Whoa! Look at him.
Boom!
Making a shorty.
I'm showing you guys my character creator because I decided I wanted to tell you guys the name of my character because I'm very proud of it. It's Alarmo, named after the Nintendo Alarmo.
Very good. Very good.
Man.
But not in Nintendo color scheme with her hair. Wow.
No.
Fake fan.
But yeah, I hope I can find more time for this game because I'm having such a great time. I just worry that there's too much happening because right around the corner is Switch 2 and so many more games too, like Death Stranding, fucking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4.
A lot of things are happening.
A lot of things happening.
Yeah.
There's more. I just can't think right now.
Silk Song, imminent.
We're like Silk Wrong.
Very good.
I'm ready for that photo mode in Death Stranding. Sorry, that's just what that's going to get it 95 just on the photo mode alone.
Where's my photo mode in Clair Obscur? Like,
ooh,
true. I noticed it's missing.
Come on.
The heck?
It really needs one. That's a really good point.
It'll be there eventually, I'm sure.
The 3 people they didn't hire, that was going to be what they worked on. But
yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. Brilliant.
Maybe they'll bring him on.
Yeah, but they didn't have the budgie. Any other thoughts on Oblivion? Jake, I know you've been playing it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it quite a bit. I was actually going to pop in here to say for years and years, I would say to myself, who the fuck is using photo mode? And now I'm on like a podcast with a bunch of people that all love it.
Not me.
Jerica is the sole provider of all the screenshots.
I love taking pictures in games.
Too funny. But yeah, Oblivion's really good, but I'll more echo the sentiment of like, I feel more overwhelmed right now in the month of April 2025 than I did in like September, October, November, December of 2024.
Yeah.
Like just like the slew of games that have hit all at the right time and that have resonated with me is crazy. Like I want to play Oblivion. I'm trying to get through the original Death Stranding right now. I have Dead or Alive Venus Vacation, of course. There's just a ridiculous amount of things. I'm now in the post game of Blueprints, which is my current game of the year. Like it's ridiculous what I want to be playing. And I haven't even started Clair Obscur. I'm doing that after the podcast. Like it's madness right now.
One of those things you listed was not like the others. Let's just get that
sure.
right.
Yeah, Clair Obscur.
The most important one.
But like we're about to get Elden Ring, Night Rain, and I really want to try to fucking figure out how to play Elden Ring before that comes out. I don't see when I will have the time.
You have 1 month to wrap up whatever else you're working on before that.
Good luck, brother.
Oh yeah, Doom, the Dark Ages. For me, I'm really excited. I forgot about that one. That one will, I'll make away just to play it, never beat it. I chipped away at Eternal the other night just to feel something, and it was great.
just to feel alive again.
Yeah, right.
Take the edge off.
I do feel very lucky.
Nope.
Yes, Jordan. I do feel very lucky that Doom: The Dark Ages is not a game for me. It's like I'll try it. I'll probably put 30 minutes into that game, so that gives me a few days to play probably 2 a T or whatever, because that's right around the same time. I think it's like the next day maybe. So too many games.
2 a T stream when?
As soon as fucking possible. Let me be clear. Any final thoughts on Oblivion?
No.
Okay.
I'm enjoying myself. That's
hell yeah.
It pretty.
Too many things.
I didn't realize the team that worked on it is also working on Metal Gear Delta.
Yeah.
Delta. That's the team that is. Yeah, I think not entirely, but yeah, that team is working on that. Like
Virtuous
finishing up for sure.
Is everywhere.
Yeah, Virtuous.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question to our smart people here and our smart audience about this game?
Yeah.
Are there other examples besides this one and like the Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition and then the Halo 2 campaign from, I think, the Master Chief Collection that has done this dual layered engine thing before? Because I feel like this is an underutilized thing where it's like creation engine, but on top of it is UE5. And it is just like so fucking smart. I don't know who else is doing that. I don't know if there's anybody else or if there is any other examples.
I wonder
Yeah,
if
I do not know.
Mass Effect Remaster, if they did any of that, because I mean, it still doesn't look as good as like this the Oblivion remake, but I mean, I don't know. I'm googling it to see what else is out there.
I'm not sure what Retro did with Metro Prime Remaster either. I'm not sure if it was like a layering the engines or what they did.
I don't know. Let's just be clear. I'm here. I don't know.
Noah's an actual
That-
game
that
dev. He
is
said
the,
most games utilize multiple engines in the way that most gamers would think of them, like 95%.
Oh wow.
Which makes sense and also makes no sense to me.
Sure.
Sure.
Huh.
Yeah, Noah and Patrick were talking about the DLSS and DLLA, and I was like,
Yeah.
Me like pretty game.
Yeah.
it pretty me like take pictures.
Yes.
Yeah, I was totally faking that conversation. I don't know shit.
Oh.
I was looking at my graphics and I saw DLSS and DLAA, and those were letters he had put in Discord. I was like, okay, I guess.
Brother.
But
so
that's just
funny.
me. I'm an idiot when it comes to PC stuff. I just got my first PC last year.
You're not. I have one of these bullshit things. It's also just too complicated. And I hate that my PS5 looked better for this game.
Sure.
But sometimes another game will look better on PC. That's
Yeah.
also just games. But no, this has to get updated every time I turn it on. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah, I had one of those moments of where I was like, I spent all this money on, and mostly for the podcast, but also to play games on, and I played like 2.5 games on this PC. I was like, I need Expedition 33 feels like a good game because it's on Game Pass and PC Game Pass and stuff. So I was like, I'll play that.
Yeah.
And then an hour in, I just go sit on my couch and play it on my Xbox.
That's funny. I haven't played my console in a long time. I'm playing The Last of Us 2 again on it.
Nice.
But I don't hardly ever touch my PlayStation anymore. I pretty much solely play on PC.
Nice.
Last random comment from me. Can we
Yeah.
please play Repo at some point
Sure.
Yes.
together? I think that's going to be the best time we've ever had ever in our entire
I'm
lives.
In.
At least for an hour.
Yes.
Well,
let's
I do. I
it.
really want to
Pencil
find
it in.
time to play Dark Water. Dark Water, I think it's called. Yeah, Dark Water. The 4-player like I don't know, it's like a submarine horror-y type thing.
Just pulled up some kind of show with all
I
these
wanna-
actors.
Who's a
Oh,
submarine?
yeah.
I want to
Have
do
it
this.
Ready or Not? Dark
no,
Water?
it's called I think
It's just Dark Water. Yeah, it looks good. It's a Jerica, you would like it. It's horror.
Yeah.
I think it looks really interesting. We should just have a game night where we play a bunch of things. Like we can just cycle between.
Let's find
different
time. Let's
things.
find time next week to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just try a bunch of things.
Yeah, because our friends at PlayStack
Cocaine.
gave us a few codes for Dark Water, and I really want to play that. So there's that, and then we're going to be doing Rematch on the channel, but that's next month.
Mhm,
And then let's have a horror night next week where we play that and Repo. Is Repo free?
It's
No.
like
No.
$4 or
I think it's
$5.
like $10.
Okay, cool.
We just said two different numbers.
Hey, that's
Pay
okay.
people for their
I just
games.
bought it. It was literally, I think it was less than $10.
Maybe
No, it is.
$9.99.
It was $10.
Sure. Okay.
$9.99.
Which everyone's correct here.
Wow.
Less than $10.
I didn't even hear what you said, Jordan,
I said 10.
because
Yeah.
I was talking over you. I'm sorry.
We
okay,
never
it's
do
all
that to
love
each
here.
other around here.
Sure.
Not even
No.
once.
Sure.
Not even just now.
Yeah. Not even. Never. It's never happened. All right, y'all. That's our show.
There it is.
What a beautiful time. Can I just say, Jake, get in here. Jake, get in here.
Come in here and you can yell at us if you want.
God damn it.
Oh my
Hey-o.
god. Never mind. Never
Let's
mind.
talk
You
about
can leave.
Venus Vacation Prism. All right, we don't have to.
Those double V's.
I mean, I was interested.
Let's
What a
go
show.
around the
Lune.
horn. Where Jake, let's start with you because you're the smallest of us. Where can folks find you if they want to find you?
Everyone always says a very petite frame. I am
Other side,
Jake Twitching
other
on
side.
all platforms. AmazingStreamer.com. Just go to dropindropoutpod.com. Jerica's nailing this right now.
She's on the wrong side of
Jerica,
mine.
you don't realize you're on the wrong side, do you?
No, on my side, it is right.
Oh,
Let me take a picture.
sure.
Sorry, it's going to be weird for just a second.
That's so funny. For some, you were
Luann is
committing
here.
so hard.
I don't know how things work. Fuck, I can't tell what screen to look at. I can't do it. I
Luann,
can't do
go
it and
to
take a
bed.
picture. Right here?
Yeah, right there.
There it
There
is.
you go.
Oh yeah,
You're
you like
tickling him.
that?
Tickle his little tum tum.
Okay.
I hate it here.
Okay.
I don't know if he ever answered the question, but we'll just move on to Jay.
Oh, let's track.
Wow.
All right, we're gonna move on to Cog.
What's the question?
Where
Where can people find
you?
us?
Drop in, dropoutpod.com for all your drop in, dropout needs. Holy